10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time for waiting is over. The time for Dota playing is now at hand, as we are back in with DotaPit, the SCA qualifiers here to see who can get to the minor. Very important game coming up, perhaps the most important game of this particular region, of course, the SCA region. It is Fnatic versus Mineski. Since TI, Mineski have been pretty much crushing it, only losing a fair few amount of games here and there. One of the only best of threes they lost in their entire run in the past 3 months has been to Fnatic. Fnatic looking to get back on that winning track. Winner of this series will move on to the grand finals of the SCA region to get to DotaPit. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks so much for joining us here today. My name is Mont. With me is Trent. Trent, how are you feeling about this particular best of three, my friend?
Oh, looking forward to it. This is the matchup that everyone wants in SCA right now. I don't think there's any question about it. You got Mineski, who just stomping everyone, playing so well. And then you've got Fnatic, who everyone kind of expected to maybe come in and do that, right? There was maybe not too much hope for the old Mineski stack. Then Ice once it was officially, confirmed finally that it is indeed him playing. The hope was there a little bit more, but they just come out way more swing. I think people thought SCA was going to be a little more hotly contested, like NA, where there's, a lot of teams jostling right near the top right now, a bunch of different teams qualifying for stuff. Instead, it was just kind of Mineski dominating right out the gates. So Fnatic hoping to try and bring a little bit of equality into the scene here today. And what would you believe it, Mata? They've banned out the IO.
Wow, shocking. I know that was a talking point for you and I in the first series, as it pretty much had to be because of how they were playing it. DJ, of course, on the IO, absolutely destroying, saving lives, getting kills, getting BKBs, and all around just being a nuisance with the Tiny. They were able to take down building after building, and that will not be the case anymore for Fnatic. They'll have to go in a different direction. So they'll pick up the Lich. They'll also pick up the Venomancer, some harassment here. Nyx Assassin is going to be the first overall pick for Mineski, and who will they pair along with it? What have they been playing? Where have they been playing? This Nyx Assassin is a pretty interesting question to me.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much assume the 4-roll Nyx. AA might be a big hero to look out for right now if you want to just grab it at this point. It could get banned out. It kind of depends on what your thoughts are on Necrophos, if they have any plans on picking him up through the rest of this draft. Might want to secure the AA early to keep that option open.
Yeah.
You certainly don't want your opponents to grab it up on you. Then again, is it likely Fnatic run AA and Lich? Probably not. So,
no, doubtful. That would be fun, though.
Be very icy. Maybe go for a special trio or something with the Winter Wyvern for themselves. Speaking of which, I don't know if you've gotten to see it yet, but the Wyvern's been pretty cool from Ice.
Oh yeah,
definitely gonna be hoping to see that one. I think it lost the game. Yeah, that was the series
correct.
Against Fnatic.
Yeah,
they lost that 2-0.
It was the first game in that series, and Ice was in fact playing the off-lane Winter Wyvern. He built Soul Ring, Midas, Phase into Maelstrom, excuse me.
Yeah.
So
seems to be his go-to.
Interesting, to say the least. I'm kind of excited to see if they would go for that again. That's the cool thing about this roster. They could just do a wide variety of different tactics, different things. Not to say that Fnatic can't, but it's certainly going to be very interesting to see what they pick up here in the next couple of picks. Seen a lot of visage from both of these squads, to be honest, particularly from Fnatic, which was banned out, of course. Mineski were like, we're not giving you that.
They're one of the first phases that much, just not worth the trouble.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, all that versatility, as you said, the Ice banned on the Enchantress now. As I guess he played it one game, and then they had Jabs playing it the other in the series that we did not get to watch.
The TNC series,
due to the rescheduling. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Jabs Enchantress. So he played it in the off lane, and they had Ice playing the Monkey King in the safe lane. Okay,
yeah, that's the type of versatility that can really bother you if you're Fnatic, but that's not going to be the case as they banned that. They also banned out the Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster banned on the other side for Mineski. We talked about that kind of fast-paced play from Fnatic, and obviously some of these heroes like Beastmaster, maybe even Visage, facilitate that fast-paced play that we saw, or we have been seeing from Fnatic.
Yeah, especially the Beastmaster. I think that's a really important one. If you have these heroes that can help make the Venomancer a better one roll for Envy, then it's going to increase the likelihood that they can just like push you down super fast. Whereas if you ban out a lot of those offlaners that can actually enable the position 1 Veno. I think that way, shoving Ohio onto the Veno, in my opinion, is probably the best way to go. If you can force them to do that instead, you're likely to have a better time.
Yeah, I think so.
Personally rather play against offlane Veno than safe lane Veno.
Still annoying, but I mean, it's easier to deal with for
no
sure.
matter what, the hero's obnoxious as hell.
Yeah. That's just kind of been I think that's been the overall, like, if you see Reddit too, people thinking about this patch, Necro, Veno, Viper, obnoxious heroes to deal with. I would know. And
this Dazzle pick's a little bit interesting, though. Doesn't look like it's something that Mineski have been up to lately. Could possibly hint at some other possibilities. Maybe
Oscar?
That guy.
Yeah, potentially.
The man himself. There's a lot of magic there.
Yeah,
they didn't ban it out. Depending on what this next pick is, you might be like, ooh, is this worth it? Legion Commander, I think, would be the other big one. Thought maybe Fnatic would be thinking about it there, but that's probably a DJ Shaker, I would guess.
Yeah.
Again, we've said it a few times now, but offlane Shaker's pretty much out, at least in the competitive scene. Still pubs, but he died out pretty fast.
It's kind of crazy how some of these offlane heroes that were really popular a little while ago are just gone.
Yeah.
Kind of like Sand King to a certain extent.
Yeah, true. He's and Nyx Assassin, for that matter, as well, has also just been
They're all
completely
fours
relegated
now.
to the 4.
They're all 4s. And like,
we still have the Doom, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. We did see it from Ohio. That is a Ohio special. He did play it in both games, and he did play it pretty well, too. We'll see if that's the case. I don't know if you really... There's not really much to go on here for maybe you to pick a Doom. Maybe if you want to... I guess you could go down that route kind of just on your own, but I'm more interested in seeing what Mineski's got to pick. We talked about the Huskar. You already have the Dazzle. Ooh.
I would think Puck here is pretty safe. Nana plays it well. Ice could just take it to the off lane. You still have possibilities for a Drow strat as well, but...
Oh, it's the Mirana.
They're going to take the Mirana. So Mirana versus Veno is pretty sick because the arrows obviously go through the wards, which is pretty helpful in the way that Veno tends to position itself in the lanes. As well, the attack range outranges the wards too because it's 625 for Mirana and 600 for the Veno wards. So if you're in lane versus Venomancer, it's just free golden experience.
Yeah, exactly. Well, laning phase has gotten a bit better for Mirana, I feel like, too. I don't know, it just seems better overall, I suppose, with all the buffs that he's received, like agility gain and stuff like that. Anyway, they will pick up the Mirana. We have seen mostly Nana play it in the mid lane, going for the right-click auto attack build as per usual. And what else is there? Still got another pick here for Fnatic. Again, it's a very versatile draft with what they have now. We don't really know where everybody's going yet, other than Lich is probably support, and Earthshaker's probably in the 4 position. So it kind of remains to be seen. Okay, well, where are we setting this Veno? How are we doing this? You talked about the Mirana matchup made. Maybe they decide to send him elsewhere, force out a better matchup for Fnatic in terms of another hero. I don't know if they really want to do that, though.
It kind of puts the Venomancer in a bit of a precarious spot because it could also be safe lane Mirana, and then you wouldn't want to have the offlane Venomancer.
Yeah.
I think Faceless Void is possible. It combos up decently with the Lich. They could get another hero to help out, even just the Venomancer damage. Problems would be the Dazzle, of course. Having a save can be very frustrating for Faceless Void if you're not able to catch or focus down that hero. Maybe the Grave's just going to come out and you feel like your whole chrono gets wasted. But it is a flexible hero. It's a popular one right now.
The Envy.
Instead, we get the Envy. Yeah.
The Envy Classic. The Abadness he built into a Veil earlier, followed by... Or not Veil, Hood, excuse me. Hood into Radiance or something along those lines, which was nice.
Speaking of classics.
Yeah, yes, this is indeed a classic. This is going back in time a little bit. I'm excited to see this.
I don't think anyone ever impressed me more on Timbersaw than Ice, at least in his peak. Like in that heyday of just like him, you'd see the support, it would walk into his lane, he'd have vision of it for a fraction of a second, and he would just be on top, perfectly mastering the combo at like level 6 or something like that, and he just accelerates himself so much further by like any little punish that he can get in the lane. So didn't work out too well. They had a better game in game number 2 earlier today for Execration when they had the Timbersaw. But Ice will be looking to rep the hero a bit higher. And it's also kind of known as a pretty decent hero up against the Abaddon, which they didn't have that matchup that time, as the Abaddon was just in game 1, not game 2.
Yeah. There's some magical burst to be sure, and some magical damage in general for the Timbersaw to be wary of, but nothing too. It's not like the burst we saw in the other game. Obviously, it was good against the Monkey King that Envy had played for Fnatic, but there were other issues that Gabby had to deal with on the Timbersaw. So, but you're right though about Isis Ice. I think a lot of people remember that and still see his Timbersaw play and probably consider it to be the pinnacle of Timbersaw play. You could say that for a lot of offlaners, to be fair though. Like about
might not even go to him. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Dota players out there. Anyway. And Mineski have plenty of room to play it. But anyways, going forward, what do we need here still? Assuming that this is Dazzle 5, Nyx 4, Mirana 2, Timbersaw. Could be in the offlane, but...
I would want to match it against the Abaddon if I could. So I feel like it's a good game for the Timbersaw in that case. So I do, at least for now, think it's going to be Ice.
Right.
And then I think the Mirana mid's fine, so they can kind of do whatever. Void's good for them, honestly. They'll go for the Pugna, though.
All right. That is some pressure and pushing that they could provide.
Next time a tower pusher to actually capitalize on the Dazzle heal here.
Yeah.
I would have liked Void maybe a little bit just for help for setup for ganks, because right now nothing's really certain. You have basically Nyx starting things off, not an easy setup for Arrow. Those kind of things are a bit more difficult, but their early game pace can be a lot faster now.
They have like a couple of slows and then like Arrow and Nyx done, which is not great. So that is true. The dedicated disable isn't quite there. And because of this, Fnatic will go straight into an anti-mage, obviously for other reasons as well. But that is going to be an Ohio Abaddon, so they're going back. They're going in a different direction here.
We're mixing it up. The big quick push is now gone. Man, those are some big horns on that Abaddon mount. Jeez.
Yeah, they're giant.
That's a new one.
Almost
I haven't seen that.
Intimidatingly so. Maybe not even intimidating is the word, but...
So's this Mirana mount. Why are all the mounts so scary?
Well, this mount's an old school one. I've seen this before.
Goodness. That's terrifying. But yeah, so the anti-mage, pretty damn good game for any mage.
Yeah,
Timbersaw, Pugna. Better no one stand near that big green thing. It's gonna be an atomic bomb.
You're just gonna get destroyed.
Explode. Yeah, he's out of mana. He gets mana voided. Like clear the area, run away, buy a 4-step. I don't know. Just get the hell out of there.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty fun. So it'll be the Excalibur anti-mage, so a bit different than the Tiny he was playing earlier. But again, it seems like a pretty good draft for Fnatic overall. So yeah, Envy on the Veno.
Oh, they're going to dual lane mid with the Lich and the friggin'... Are they not going to give it to Envy, though? Come on.
They still can't. Oh.
Where's my...
No. He's the Abaddon now. They've switched
they're messing with us.
They've debated us again, my friend. They continue to do so. All right, well, I mean, we talked about... I think this is, like you mentioned, this is going to be a pretty good game for Fnatic, but who knows? These two teams obviously fairly evenly matched. We saw Fnatic win the last best of 3 they played against each other. It's an interesting series for sure. We'll see if Mineski can get that win finally and get something going in their direction. But remember, this is a double-M series.
Should be fun.
Yeah, I am into it.
I assume it's dual lane mid with the Lich. It's been a pretty common build lately. Oh, maybe not. What do we got in items?
They're smoking. He has Stout Shield and 1 Slipper of Agility.
Yeah, he's going mid.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
He does not want to take that harass. He's like, give me that Stout Shield. All right, well, we have Jab's already smoked him as well, so a lot of Mineski smoking up, trying to get some vision out. They'll drop a ward down towards the camp to get a block off. Not the one that we saw earlier, the one that you were talking about, like over here, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
To kind of avoid this sentry. So they'll put it a little bit more further towards the right side of the camp. And that's the only ward that has been placed down as far as I can tell. They're grouping up on Fnatic's side, whether they want to keep somebody safe or move together as a team. Looks like they're starting to get a bit more...
They didn't get any wards down.
Yeah.
Did they get one dewarded? No, they're holding both.
Which is interesting.
So, one of the toughest things, like in a lot of the secret games lately, we've been seeing some of these more versatile lanes, and you never really know where someone's going, and you kind of want to try and find something like this AM mid, and you really want this matchup of, like, you do not want Abaddon versus Timbersaw. That's not going to be good for the Abaddon. At least I don't think so. So I feel like that's not going to go with what their game plan is. Anyway, they've had all these bounty hunters or these ridiculous heroes that just run in, and they're going to be able to scout the lanes right away. But right now, they're completely blind on the Radiant, so they have no way of knowing exactly what the Dire are doing.
Man.
And damn, speaking of blind, that ward, no wards to spot Jabs,
He just walked in.
Bounty room.
There could have been 5 heroes there. Obviously not, because they saw some bottom. But there could have been like 3 heroes there, and he could have just gotten maybe destroy it. I don't know, but he thought he was pretty confident. He struts in there and he steals the bounty rune from Excalibur. So it's a pretty good start. They will secure themselves 3 runes, and now we have Moon, aka Nana, going up against Excalibur in this mid lane matchup with the DJ to help out for now. So the Lich is starting elsewhere. He's up in that top lane to help out Envy on the Abaddon, which is going to make this maybe a little bit harder for Mushi and Jabs.
Yeah, and they'll just throw Fissures mid instead. Fair enough. I think it's trying to pull this lane back as much as possible.
Skill leap. Yeah, there you go. That's kind of unfortunate that you have to do that early, but not a huge deal, I guess. I'm going to get level 2 pretty quickly anyway.
No, she's got a much more favorable lane than her usual stuff anyway, so I'm sure she's quite fine with this situation.
But he is actually taking a fair bit of right-click damage. Regen's going to be kind of rough for Excalibur mid. We'll see what else, what other help they can give him, or if they're just going to say, this is your lane now. Meanwhile, Poison Touch onto Ohio, but Ice doesn't have really any other way of doing damage than auto attacks, which is whatever. He's getting Poison Stung. All right, well, I mean, this is settling into an interesting little dynamic with the lanes. I think the most interesting thing is top lane with Pilot Eye being here versus Jabs and Mushi. Oh, no. That's what we were talking about earlier. No setup.
That's rough, though. Like, if you can't get the setup stun off of Decrep, that's not a good sign.
No, agreed.
Start things off. They gotta woo-saw a little bit, because a couple of those and that Lich goes down so easily.
Yeah. Calm it down. Yeah. You got other opportunities to get that
he's got the nice pull through here. Jabs. Got him.
Nice. Ooh. That is nifty.
That's the stuff you got to do when you're up against these dual lanes that are pressuring in now, or especially if it's like a Venomancer off lane. That's one of the better heroes doing it. Did he do it again?
Yeah, he did it again.
The monster.
DJ walks in. Nope. This is mine. Takes the Impale. Gets himself a nice little bounty rune. And some extra gold along with it. In the meantime, Excalibur finds an illusion rune, which is always nice. He's doing pretty well. 9 last hits to 7, so it's not bad. It's actually not that bad for Excalibur. He definitely needs that Ring of Health, though. And you can see he's queued it up first thing. He's like, I need this item. Give me some regen.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Of all the runes, though, like, most heroes that get illusion rune, they're, like, really salty. Like, oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All the things to get. Enemies are, like, sick. This is great. All right, burn a bunch of his mana now.
Your mana's gone now.
And you can't afford to just waste leap either. The cooldowns, and he's going to lose everything.
Yeah, no more mana left. He does not have any mana regen to work with whatsoever. And he's also pretty low on HP. He's going to have to salve, probably.
He's going home.
He might just back up. Yeah, he just might go home. It looks like that's exactly going to be the case. Wow. All right. Value illusion rune for the AM at 3 minutes in. It's not something I would have heard said ever very often. Meanwhile, bottom lane, though, Ninja Boogie. They'll combine it to get first blood, Poison Touch into a Timber Chain or two, along with some auto attack damage. Is more than enough to get the kill as the Veto has dropped bottom.
And he's been down there constantly on the Dazzle, too. Harassing poor Ohio, not giving him an easy time. And now the Timbersaw is level 4. That time will certainly not be getting any better. 2 points in reactive armor. Life is good. Basically don't have to worry about a kill. Basically just spamming Gales.
Oh no, Gale.
It's not even that much damage.
Nah, it's level 1. No worries. And they're going to turn again. It looks like Ohio got Poison Touch. Do they dive this? He does have 10 reactive armor stacks, but Ohio jukes to the right pretty swiftly. Looking to turn on to Ninja Boogie. Meanwhile, Salve will have to come through from the Timbersaw, so Ice will just...
And the Venomancer at that rate.
Yeah. He's like, get out of here, please. Give me my last hits. Leave me alone. Who got it this time? Jabs got it again.
He did
Are
it
you
again.
kidding? Can you stop?
Again.
Jabs, can you maybe chill?
Of course, every time DJ does just come back and get his own, so it's still
he's
like
not worried.
Net gain, really.
He had to use some mana for that one, though. He had to throw up the Fisher,
That's
I think.
That is true.
So he threw up the Fisher, and Jabs
We'll
still got
call it
the
even.
Impale. Jabs is a monster this game. He can hit the Impales on these heroes, but he can't hit it on the Decrypt heroes, unfortunately.
Well, to be fair, these guys are standing still for
That's
a bounty road.
I'm not giving them a fair shake.
No.
I'm just
So
being a
how's this
jerk.
game gonna progress then? We have an Anti-Mage, the last pick.
Ooh.
Supposed to be the hero to win you said game. I think
Man.
you see everything your opponent had, and you say, okay, this is what we can do. So that gives us a general bearing in terms of like timings and stuff for the Radiant. As for the Dire, Speed could be the name of the game. I feel like one more kill from the Timbersaw maybe, and we start building into a hood or something.
He got pretty close there. Ohio TP'd out swiftly. I mean, oh, meanwhile, there's going to be a Fisher block, but again, it's a Marana, so not that concerned. He just jumps away. Now that's on cooldown for 23 seconds, though, so he needs to be maybe a little bit more careful. However, he does have a bottle.
Shrine.
Oh, yeah? Wow. That is.
Oh, come on, guys.
Pilot Eye, you
really?
gotta. Oh, my God.
You guys aren't going to wait for
The
me?
saddest thing I've ever seen.
So rude.
It's like
Okay,
typical Pilot Eye. And he just.
The sacrifices. Oh, Ninja Boogie just runs in Ohio.
Uh-oh, that is Envy maybe in trouble. A Photic Shield. He's got some stick charges. He's got a Photic in 2. Can he get it off? He cannot. I get off the blast from Mushi, which will secure the kill. And Envy flips the table, dies. 2 deaths going the way of Fnatic.
Where's your obnoxious lich now?
Haha.
Yes.
He's mid. Nice shrine. All right, so he does have the Ring of Health on Excalibur. He's also the leading CSer at 33 and 8, working on treads into Battle Fury, as one would anticipate with an AM. There's a haste rune on Jabs, but he actually got hit by a Frostblast that did some serious damage. He'll run away, but again, he will steal the Bounty Rune and then make his way all the way back up towards the north and find himself another one. He's gotten, like, arcanes just off these Bounty Runes alone. He's rich. And they're going to go for it right with it. There's the Decrepit New Impale. That's what they're looking for. That's the amount of damage they want to find. And if they hit it, it's a serious amount. Envy is not squishy. I mean, that's a lot of damage being done to a bad.
He's going to have Arcane Boots pretty soon as well on the Pugna. And then, of course, that builds into the Aether Lens. And it just keeps on going. Radiant Fortifying. Must be... Jeez, they're getting their mid lane pushed in right now,
Marana.
too.
Yep.
That's only going to get worse with the Pugna.
All right, well, all of a sudden taking over the CS chart is going to be Ice Ice Ice. He's gotten a pretty good lane. DJ's even rotated down here and tried, but they're putting a lot of pressure on him. The Dazzle's doing a good job. Oh, that's just a Gale randomly. Ohio, I don't think he was at 4 reactive armor sacks up until like the Poison Sting started adding up, so should be fine. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Excalibur's coming in. He's got the Mana Void, not enough damage, and the leap away comes just in time. And Excalibur, he was pretty far out, but he cannot secure the kill. So we'll have to wait till the Ring of Health comes in. Meanwhile, the Shrine from Nana, they can maybe throw an arrow, try to get a kill here on Excalibur. That'd be pretty nifty.
Envy's coming in a little bit deep here. Still level 5, and they just got those Arcane Boots.
Decrep, a Photic comes out. There's the Impale to follow up. The Life Drain along with the Blast came through as well. One more auto attack. The Stick Charge is there. Good Fisher.
Oh,
and now Jabs is blocked, and he's in trouble. The Spike Carapace will come through. Envy is pretty far forward, but he will secure the last hit and the kill as Fnatic's DJ sets up another beautiful block on that Earthshaker.
Nice. Now he gets his own Arcane Boots. Okay. Not too shabby.
Rich.
They need plays like that, though, because this Pugna's ready to start pressuring towers. Come up, throw up some Nether Blasts. Just keep everything shoved in. This game, a lot of pressure on Ohio. Try and hold these side lanes, as well as Envy, too. He'll probably just go the same kind of build we saw before. Like Hood into maybe one small item and then Radiance, like a Medallion or something again.
He did the same thing. Yeah, he went Medallion earlier, too.
Yeah.
We need a Jabs Bounty Rune counter, to be honest.
This tower is super important down bottom. Like, the longer he can hold this, the better it was going to be for them, but it looks like this might be the end of it.
This is a bait and a half.
Mushi.
This is a bait and a half. Jabs is like, I got the Impale, guys. Don't even worry. Chakram, Whirling Death, Timber Chain. The Stick Charges will not be enough to save poor Ohio and the Venomancer, and now the push and pressure starts coming in onto this tier 1 tower, as you were talking about.
Yeah, they probably don't even need Mushi, honestly. They can just use those archers and grab the wave here.
And so, just like that, CS chart starts going in favor of Mineski. Net worth chart does the same.
Oh, this is scary. TP back in.
Gale
Danger
coming in.
zone.
There's the Poison Nova. DG's going to come in. He doesn't have Echo Slam. He's only level 4. Enchant Totem following up. Ice 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 is in some trouble, but so is Ohio. He's going to fall first. There is the Grave. No TP out for Timbersaw, and he might tick down. Can they get the deny? There's the Shadow Wave to make it a little bit easier. They might just be able to keep him alive, and it looks like they can. Ice 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 is going back in. DJ, he's got the mana. He's got the cooldowns to work with now. Fisher, but Ice 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 is too far, and Pilot Eye cannot get there in time, and somehow the Timbersaw is going to walk away scot-free, or at least that's what it looks like, and it should be.
There was one point DJ stopped the Timber Chain with Enchant Totem. It was pretty crazy. Or
That's
else the Veno would have died a little bit sooner. And they probably could have killed him as well. They'd like use a couple more spells on the Venomancer instead. So saving your ally sometimes saves you. DJ shows there, but they didn't rotate down the Pugna, so the tower gets to survive. They can hold it for a bit longer. Well, Pugna does take top though, so there you go. That's one part of him not making that rotation. Now he's going to want to make that play, but
Yeah.
basically, this is like the kind of place where Venomancer can hold, right? He's really strong here with all these wards and all these TP rotations being possible, and he wants to give as much space in that mid game to his Animage as possible. So the earlier they give up these outer towers, the harder the game's going to be for Excalibur and for Envy, honestly, at the same time.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
we already talked about, like, there is pick-off potential, as Ohio was just, yeah, I don't know if you get out of this one,
you're
buddy.
dead. Vendetta, one auto attack. They didn't even need it. They had the Whirling Death come through. But you're right. You're essentially playing 4 versus 5 at this point, maybe even less so, or more so, rather.
I mean, he also had a Lich, so it's more like 3v5.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great time, and they don't even need the Pugna for bottom, as is what it looks like. He's just going to stay top. Ice is already pressuring the tower enough as it is. Not to mention, Ohio doesn't have Plague Wards. Meanwhile, mid lane, there is going to be a Fissure, a Mana Void, and now the Grave will come through. Excalibur will try the man fight. He might need to blink away, and he will. They need one more auto attack, but the Shadow Wave comes in, and Excalibur cannot go back in. Maybe he can. He's got Blink in one. DJ coming in. Do they have Fissure? 2 seconds, and he's going to leap to the high ground. Nada should survive here. Fissure is just not in time. He's too speedy with the leap and the phase boots on top of it, so somehow the Dazzle comes there and saves the day for Ninja Boogie and Mineski.
There's a 6K lead building up on the Dire side here, guys.
That seemed, God, the game we saw earlier seemed more one-sided than this game does. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's hard to describe.
Felt that one side, but it's just building up so much over time. They have heroes that aren't clearing stacks, don't necessarily last it that well. Yeah, I mean, you've got 39 on the Abaddon, 28 on the Venomancer. He's had a pretty shit time bottom, double pressured.
Yeah, the lanes, it's just not. You've had to help your AM a little bit. DJ had to start out in the mid lane. Pilot I eventually had to rotate, so that bottom lane became a bit more tricky for Envy on Fnatic. So it's sort of turned pretty sour here as the levels came through for Mineski. You're going to see it now. Jabs is level 6. DJ is caught out in the open. They're all smoked up, running behind. Vendetta and Pale will fly. They will grab that hit up. They're going to look for more follow-up here. Arrow coming through, and it just missed to the side. Still, though, Decrypt with another blast comes in and blows away DJ. On the other side, looking for Ohio, he is in trouble. Mushi is coming in with a haste rune Timber Chain. They've got that Decrypt. They've got the Chakram. They just need the Impale. Just missed it, but it's the Nether Blast that will secure the kill as Mushi picks up the double. And so 2 dead, and now they're going to attempt to turn this into a Tier 2 tower as well.
They can't kill the Timbersaw. He has the hood. He just got the 20 XP gain. A lot of people go for the health, actually, on Timbersaw. But I guess up against an Animage draft, maybe he just wants to make sure that he doesn't fall behind or anything like that. And if he does, they'll have a catch-up mechanism. But
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, no, they look pretty damn good right now.
They're
There's
like
pretty damn weak D-push in
Ohio?
in.
I don't know, buddy. That seems a little rough. Oh, the Impale miss? How did that Impale miss? They're too deep in. Echo Slam comes in, but Ice is fine. And now Envy's too far forward. Borrow Time's already gone. Chain Frost will bounce through. Maybe they could get 1 kill with this. They'll find Nana. Can they get Ice? He'll Timber Chain out. And they still somehow secure 2 kills. And they threw like 3 different ultimates at that fight.
And look at all the arcane boots, dude. There's 4 arcanes here. Never-ending mana. Dazzle. Never-ending heals.
This just feels
There's
awful
no way
for
they're leaving
Fnatic.
without a Tier 3.
My God. The Life Drain Medic is here. Mushi is in the fray. The tower is gone. That is a Tier 3 taken at 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Mineski want to put an emphatic exclamation point on this game 1, and they're doing so in style. They will back up for now. Envy running at them. He has his hood completed. Never has a hood Abaddon felt so weak before. And it just gets worse and worse. And what was once a like 5K lead, maybe 5 minutes ago, is now eclipsed to a 10K advantage for Mineski.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we talked about like the matchup in terms of the Abaddon versus the Timbersaw stuff, and yeah, that's awful. But it's not like the other lane was like a different kind of hero. It's just a Pugna instead. It's not one that you've seen traditionally.
I got that Satyr. Give me that. You gotta let him know sometimes, man. Anyway, sorry to cut you off, by the way.
No, it's just like they have an Animage on the Radiant. That is a, hard carry hero. He requires lots of stuff to do anything. Dire, they just don't have one of those heroes, right? And so there's no place where you can send this Abaddon where he can kind of feel safe farming. He has to fight against a Pugna and a Nyx Assassin top. That was pretty awful. That's not fun.
It was not great. Yeah, you're not wrong.
You don't want to do that. So you're not really getting anything there. You're not going to get anything bottom against the Timbersaw. So you have this hero that has no real catch-up mechanism in terms of farming. If you don't get a fast start with this hero, what are you going to do? He's a support. It's like running Core Venge. You just never come back.
Do you remember when we were concerned about, well, at least I was concerned about Mineski's lack of legit setup or lockdown.
Yeah.
I thought that was an issue. It clearly
I mean,
wasn't.
they don't need it though because they have such like good objective pushing.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there's no like the D push just isn't there from the Radiant yet. Eventually, it gets kind of scary when Annie mages a couple items and there's a Blink Dagger on DJ. But maybe when Envy's tanking, they have to just run in. These don't sound like problems anytime soon though.
No, I don't. It feels like they're speedrunning this game, and I'm saying that with only really a Pugna as like their pushing hero, maybe a Mirana. Now they have
a Timber and a Dazzle. Those guys count.
Yeah, they're jumping in. He's getting a little bit low. There's the poison of Ohio is still alive, but there's the life drain, and he has 17 wand charges. He pops the Hood of Defiance. He's just impossible to take down. My God, he doesn't need the health. Screw it. They're gonna take the melee racks. Meanwhile, top lane, Excalibur is like, please, guys, I'm doing everything I can. Jabs rotates up, gets the Impale. Excalibur has to leave. They get the Rax bottom. I mean, Mineski are making literally every right move they need to make in order to secure this game. The only thing they could possibly be doing better is killing Excalibur, which, at this point, they're already doing enough. Yeah, it's just not worth. They're going to get a Shrine at 16 minutes of the game along with a set of Rax, because why not? So...
Are they going to stick around and right-click this thing or what? So they can't quite decide.
What are we doing here, folks? What's the game plan? All right,
I don't think Mushi wants to waste the Arcane Rune on it.
That's how you know, man.
Yeah.
He's like, we could use this for bigger and better things.
Especially the top shrine. The one near Roche is just way more important, so...
Ninja Boogie, you can get this, buddy. Come on now. It's going to take you maybe one or two more. You got this. There it is. He did it. I'm proud of you.
Jabs has been scouting Excalibur for a long time now.
He has enough for a blink. I guess that shouldn't be surprising.
Look for that arrow setup, but no,
I don't think that's going to happen. Excalibur does have his Battle Fury. The road to recovery is real, my friend. And by that, I mean it's probably
They also have a Bloodstone and Ice, though, so Envy needs to be careful here.
Borrowed time gets used pretty much instantly.
If they could kill him, that would be so good for them, but...
It's so hard. He is alone now. I mean, the thing is, if he doesn't have the Pugna, maybe he's killable. They're going to use the Chain Frost. They know he's here. Echo Slam stops him in his tracks. There's the Mana Void. He's in trouble. He does get the deny off. Oh, they were so close to grabbing that kill without the deny coming through, and they were just a little too late.
Oh, well, still fine. Got the charges down.
Ooh, swing and a miss from Jabs, but no setup again. There's going to be the Ward drop down. Envy's pretty okay. They've got the Fisher coming out. Jabs will not be blocked, however. Give it a little bit more time for this anti-mage. I mean, at this point, if they recover this game, it would be incredible.
Ice Ice has baited out the AM ulti, so Pugna can't die.
Now Abaddon's dead.
Baited out that Abaddon ulti as well.
Yep.
Genius. Hey guys, you know what else they don't have? Echo Slam. And I'm back already.
I'm already here. Genius.
I thought I was feeding.
And now he's got the point. He can't even get the poison off. That's gone. He'll buy back. All right, he's got a second chance at it. It's a double kill for Ice 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 as he returns. He was at 8 Bloodstone charges a second ago. Now he's at 10. Interesting spike. Carapace comes out. Ohio gets stunned for half a second. Pilot walks up and he's like, please no. I don't even have Chain Frost. I've just used Frost Blast. Don't run at me. It's tier 3. I haven't even really talked about Nana, who's been assaulting this tower nonstop and doing some decent damage. AM is trying to cut the wave mid.
There, dude. Everything else is so much flashier. There's these Pugna blasts. We're having a rave. There's a Timbersaw dude up front.
It is a rave.
Attention to Nana back there.
Dude, there's glow sticks going on. I'm telling you.
He's doing the robot.
It's a good old time. Excalibur's like just begging for scraps at this point across the map, and that's not to say it's just a rough situation to be in. That's all it is. Envy is like getting out. Impale will come. There's the borrowed time. Arrow will sail, will miss. So at least there's that. He's still fine. Timber Chain coming in, and Ice Ice Ice's combination's on point once again. He is a little far up once more. He's at the shrine. Moonlight Shadow will go, keep him alive. They have a sentry. They'll use some plague wards, but they won't chase. They just don't have the ability to do so. And he's taunting them, pretty much. Well, I suppose it's not over yet. I've said that before. I've said that before a lot today, I think.
Yeah. It's been one of those days. Oh, jeez.
Well, the manner in which this is being done is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. No, they look good. I wonder if what Nana's going to build here. See if he builds a real item or if he Is that his pipe? Oh no, it's probably Ice's pipe. Is it? Yeah.
He should have something. He has 2,500 gold.
Thought maybe they were just gonna double pipe him or something. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that.
Man.
But they got racks to finish off here in the mid lane.
Dude, Ohio.
So Ice is in here looking for some ultis.
Ohio to buy its
Where are
own.
they? Show me your ultimate.
He's ready for it, actually. They have the bar
Cast
time.
them upon me.
Envy's like, all right, here we go. Now you're out of mana. Chainfrost will come through. Oh, no.
That's one ultimate
It
down.
doesn't bounce. The Atos comes out. They'll drop the Nether Blast. They've got plenty of damage on these racks. And Ohio is doing everything he can with these Plague Wards, but it's just not enough. He's got Poison
got the
Nova.
tier 2, guys.
Arrow will come through. AM successfully accomplished his mission in exchange for this Rax mid. They have the blink on the Earthshaker. If there's anything that can win them a fight, it's this. And or Excalibur pushing a tier 3 tower on his own. But at this point, I don't know how concerned they are. They will force the TB back. They're going to jump in. Jabs gets the blink, the impale, the mana burn. But they're still going in mid right now. There's just no concern here. The Timber Chain away from Ice. Envy walks out. My God, that ward's annoying. Excalibur will bring it down finally. They've got the Fisher. Arrow will sail through again. Nana will get hit by, I believe, the Gale, but he's fine still. Plenty of HP. DJ will take the tip of the chakram and then back away. And now you have 2 sets of racks to worry about that you're missing.
Yeah, and Timber's drawing the line top. Ice saying, okay, just push out top then.
My
Go
God.
up top, we'll take the shrine. Maybe we'll grab Roche if we feel like it, but we'll probably kill them all first, and that'll be the end of her.
Dude, the amount of checkpoint Dota being played is... They're going right down the list. They might have found Excalibur. The arrow won't hit, but they do get off a nice impale. And leave the bounty rune for the Mirana. He's at 3,200 gold. What is Nana saving for? I'm not sure.
Clearly a rapier.
I mean, at this point, I guess it wouldn't be that shocking.
That would be a little shocking. I thought he was gonna buy Diffusal Blade, but then he did not. So
He blew past
who
it.
knows?
He's saving it for Diffusal 1 and 2. Which, I don't know. No,
All right, he's gonna finish.
he's got a hurricane
fight.
fight.
He's like, all right.
Turns out it was a lot more monotonous than we made it out to be. Yeah. Ah, God. They literally had Ice trapped, and they said, nah.
And then they all ran away.
We don't want to be part of that.
Cornered. Now what do we do? That was literally like dogs finally catching the car. That is what just happened.
Or their tail. One of the two, yeah.
Yeah.
At this point,
I think he's more like a car.
yeah, you're not wrong.
He's kind of unstoppable.
He's built like a car, for sure.
Yeah. He goes 0 to 60 real fast. 10 bloodstone charges. All right, buy a Solar Crest. Why not? Hey, team, any requests? Doesn't really matter what I buy.
Hey, listen, Excalibur now has top net worth, all right? You hold your horses.
Yeah. All right.
He could do this.
Recovery mission. Let's go.
Go not on the timber saw. Anybody but that guy. Look at how far up he is. He's like, I know they're smoking. There's something going on here.
He's the scout.
That tier 2 is just gone. Not even below half HP yet. Well,
You guys got any more of those ultimates?
listen, I could use some more of those.
The whole Dire team is so far away from him. Like,
The distance is pretty monumental.
yeah.
There's no reason to be there. Unless they're initiating, like Jabs just did.
No. Why bother? Let Pugna do his thing.
Man. They have one good fight in them with this Blink Echo Slam, and I think that's it.
And they killed the shrine at the same time, so there won't be a backstab.
Yeah, they've already smoked up. The Fisher will come out. Excalibur is just...
I mean, it's a level 1 Echo Slayer too. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't do much now.
Oh!
Excalibur is already
Arrow.
taking damage. The Chakram came through. They sure got him, actually. If I die, he just got stuck there for a hot minute. Blade Mill for Envy. Perhaps that's enough to help them win a fight. I'm not sure. Echo Slam, they'll find two. The Fisher to fall up. The Mana Void, the Chain Frost, they'll take him down. Now the Poison Nova to fall up. Nana in some trouble. The Blade Mill is there. A lot of damage. They have to blink forward. The Chakram's still up. They're ignoring Ice as they should be, looking for the back lines. And Excalibur thinking about jumping in, but there, Mushi's going to get jumped down. The Decrep preemptively, though. The Fisher up. Now Fnatic have to back away. The Atos comes through. That's troublesome. The arrow will miss. Here comes the borrowed time as well. Ice is still chasing. It is still a 2-for-2. Excalibur uses the Shrine early. He wants to get back into the fray, it looks like. Or does he? He's already used the Mantis style.
Tap that tower. Someone gonna hit the deny? Someone gonna do it?
DJ? DJ?
EE will do
DJ?
it. That's his life.
Somebody hit it. I don't care who. You're gonna lose it eventually.
Oh, he stopped himself.
Who was it? I literally went away as Pilot I did it. Ugh. Should have watched. Well, my friend, that was as good as they probably could have gotten that initiation to be, I think.
Yeah, but it's only the two supports. And then they still lose the tower. So.
It's the story of this game.
Oh, not so bueno, Mr. Bueno. Senor Bueno.
Aha. Wow.
Never gets old.
Never. Not since first grade. All right, Fisher jumping in. They tried looking for another initiation. Atos is up. Excalibur is in trouble. They actually, I believe, missed the impale, so that's how he survived there. Euphonic Shield came perhaps a bit too late, but he's fine nonetheless. And they're working on the racks. The ice armor slowing them a little bit. Arrow going to come in. Ooh. DJ and Excalibur will both split.
That's your noise for an arrow? Ooh.
What kind of noise did you want me to make there? All right. Getting late. Chain Frost still bounced through and not do much. Pretty much it's a magic resistant car is what you're throwing that Chain Frost at.
It's just for the tunes.
Yeah.
You know,
there's going to be the Starstorm. Good Fisher onto two. Where's the follow-up, though? Good Mana Void will take down Jabs. He'll buy back instantly. Excalibur still running forward. Atos to come out. He'll Manta out of it. Nana in some trouble, but the Grave and Decrep come through, and Excalibur has no way of dealing with that, so he'll back up. They immediately heal him back, and he's at full HP. The medics, they're there in force.
This is great. Core medic.
You're right, this is a rave.
Like Slasher's way Pugna.
Yeah, Mushi's really, all he's done is blasted and healed. Maybe occasionally, you know, life drained for a greater purpose. Aphotic it off, though, by Eternal Envy. It's Megas. Fnatic are holding on by a thread, perhaps even less so.
And I've seen some wishful defenses before, but this is something else.
You know what I said earlier about, like, it's not impossible? You know, in those other games we had?
It's not impossible.
I suppose nothing's
not
impossible, Trent, but, I mean, it looks pretty bad. So they'll take Roche. This is just Aegis, by the way. This isn't even
This would be the longest Roche in the history of Roche, if I stayed in there.
Can you imagine? They just time it. That would be fantastic, but Fnatic won't give them the chances. They will smoke up. The Hail Mary smoke, as some would call it.
He's looking for a smoke. Do you see this? He puts the chakram down. He puts the illusion out. So he's hoping they're
he knows.
It. Look, he was so close to getting it revealed on a real. On the illusion.
Oh, they jumped in expecting more than one hero there. They just see Ice, and they run immediately away. Nope, that's just one hero. We can't Echo Slam that. Blade Mail will come through for Envy as Ice continues to jump in. DJ will throw Fisher to keep his team alive. He might die. He'll blink out in time, actually. Maybe Envy's the one that's the martyr here. The Impale will come through. They'll keep him locked down. In the meantime, elsewhere, Ice is making moves. But who cares about that? Envy, Atos, Arrow, that will keep him in place. The Arrow is just a half second too early for him. He might have gotten away otherwise. He's down for 40 seconds, and that might be how this game ends. Megas in 5 versus 4. I mean, the good news is this is only game 1. Ice is just standing there. The medic will come through. And there's the tier 3, or tier 4 rather, gone. Impel, Ohio, see ya. My God.
So, what have we learned from these Fnatic strategies? I've learned they go all in. I mean, Beastmaster, Aladdin.
Like, I feel like those have been the kind of strats that I've been seeing from them. I haven't seen them half in a strategy yet. And this AM pick was a half in. This was a, oh shit, they're really fast. All right, well, we'll just try and we'll hold, and then we'll AM.
So
And
what's
it
the
clearly did not work.
What's the better What's the better option then
Well,
for Fnatic? Given
I mean,
the
I just-
circumstance?
I just feel like the percentages of actually fighting them and trying to contest some of those earlier things was probably higher, or at least it appears like it might have been higher than trying to go with this AM route, because
I see what
the
you're saying.
hero, like, for what you have, one of your guys literally just kills your own creeps. Like, how is he gonna stop a push? He's sacrificing your own men. Like, he's lowering your numbers. So you got him. You have another support that doesn't do anything without a blink dagger, and then you got a core Veno. Like, yeah, he's good and he can kind of do his thing, but then your other core isn't that bad, and there's just like when they're diving the Veno under the tower, they had the one TP from DJ, and then you're thinking like, okay, well, what about the other cores? And you're like, well, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna TP in a Baden? He's not gonna do anything. I don't know.
I see what you're saying though.
I was envisioning something, I don't know, some sort of like a Lina or something mid instead, where they just try and fight and
Hope
go
for the
that
best.
route. Maybe someone with an Orchid, some hero like that. The AM was a definitely a harder to execute one, and obviously it didn't quite work out here.
I mean, it felt like some of these fights were pretty close earlier on, and if they just weren't 4 versus 5, you know, at the racks, it could have been doable. But as it stood, it just there's a lot of things that went
There's
wrong
no
for this
tree
draft.
there.
I don't know what that was.
What's,
But.
has he got a branch or something?
Oh no, the Spike Carapace onto Excalibur as he jumps in. The Poison Nova will come out as Ohio dies onto a few. Atos will come out onto Envy, keep him in place as Ice continues to Whirling Death and Chakram, and that is GG. And they held on as long as they could. I mean, to be fair, they took the tier 3 at like 15 minutes, 13 minutes or something. The game ended at 31, so you got to give them credit. But Fnatic looking for something more in game number 2, to say the least.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
I mean,
We'll just chalk that one up to a draft not working out the way they thought and quickly spiraling out of control. And look forward to game number 2, I think. Mineski, they look very good.
dude, they looked insane.
They saw what they needed. They kind of sniped it, and they're just like, all right, well, let's go. We're going to Pugna, Timber, Mirana. Everyone's ready to get nice and active early on, push down these towers, and choke them out very, very quickly. And that's exactly what happened here.
As per usual, Ice continues to be the stylish force on Mineski, and the rest of the squad helping out and making sure he looks as good as possible. Mushi, of course, having a very good game on the Pugna up in that top lane. But for the most part, stock standard for Mineski. They look damn good. Fnatic, they'll have to go back to the drawing board. Not much else to say about game number 1. So with that, we will take a quick break, get into a commercial, and join into game number 2 as soon as we possibly can. So make sure you guys stick around. We'll be right back.